Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who reaction. This is The Romans Part 2. Last episode was okay. It was a bit slow, but I can understand that being first part, very introductory. I do hope it picks up a little bit of speed in this episode. I am aware this is a 4-part serial. So yeah, as I said in the last episode, I have a suspicion of what's going to happen in the end, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's much more to be said. Yeah, so last time the cliffhanger was brilliant cliffhanger. I think maybe one of the best that was seen in Classic Who. I think all this season the cliffhangers have been pretty good actually, especially in the Dalek invasion of Earth, and now this one seems to be keeping it up as well. And even during the rescue, that end with Ian being pushed to the edge at the end of part 1 was pretty good as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight on into this.
The answer is, of course, is not to be caught playing it.
Oh. That's funny seeing the Doctor in a fight. Or at least this Doctor. Ooh, jeez. Mind you, he was in a bit of a fight at the end of the rescue.
Young lady. Well, I'm not surprised. It was he who obviously hired the man to kill me. Or rather,
why?
to kill this fellow, Maximus, what is it?
Tertullian.
The what?
Tertullian.
Yes, of course, yes.
I thought it was Battalion.
Yes. Good night.
I must have
But doctor, if he wanted you dead,
got it wrong.
why didn't he take care of it himself?
Because this way he couldn't be charged with crime.
Yes, but if you were going to be killed anyway, I can't see it.
My dear, it was an accepted thing in this age to hire an assassin. Preferably someone dumb. And then he couldn't denounce you.
Ah, so he must have been looking in the bushes for the body when we first met
Just
him.
as I suspected
That's
at the
right.
time. Now, good night.
I don't think I suspected at the time.
Start tomorrow.
You don't mean to say we're going on?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I didn't realise that.
You do talk. Yes, we are.
But they might try and kill you again.
Well, of course he might.
You said your friend would meet you here.
Did I?
On the road. You told me all about him.
Yes, Ian.
Strange name. I never heard it before. I hope he finds you.
I'm sure they will. Although you gotta think that Rome is a big city.
If I ever see him again.
Good transition there.
I'm not a great swimmer, Delos, but I'll take any risk, believe me.
If the plan works.
There's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Oh,
Get him, Master! Get him, Master! He's dead! Dead! Move away. Let me see. You'll have to do better than that!
Not the best executed plan.
Ready?
You could swim to land probably from there. I mean, here in Australia there was an 11-year-old girl and I think her father who swam 5 nautical miles after their boat crashed into a reef.
But you must try and eat something.
There's not enough for...
A woman. How much? I'm sorry, Tavius. No private sales. She's to be sold by auction. I'll give you a fair price.
Oh, I believe you would. But the answer's still no.
You think you'll get a higher figure than I can pay you?
We shall set the auction then, won't we, Davies?
So, that's... I'm getting the feeling that he's probably the better one to go with than, say, someone else.
What about her?
She won't be wanting any new clothes.
Why not? Where's she going?
She wouldn't fetch any price at all at the auction. She's to be taken to the circus.
Oh, shoot. Even the camera guy got knocked.
Any grace. 500. Come, sir. We all enjoy a good joke. But today we are interested in serious offers only.
Jeez. Sick.
No, gentlemen of the fiery spirit. Think about your bid, then double it. 2,000, sister. Yes. 2,500. Nearly a good offer, gentlemen. But come, you can do better than that. 10,000.
10,000 what? Gold coins or?
Damien, I was beginning to worry.
What happened? I remember the storm.
Oh, the ship was smashed to pieces and you were struck by some falling timber.
Oh, that's what it was, eh?
Do you remember when you grabbed the galley master?
Yes. Yes, I remember that.
Well, I got the key from him and I managed to free us, except for our wrists. Afterwards, I managed to get to here. The ship went down.
You saved my life, Delos.
Yes, well, let's get on with these, shall we?
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
We head north, we can...
Sorry, Delos. I'm going to Rome.
Rome? But Ian, you're mad.
You don't have to come. I have a friend who was taken there. I have to find her.
Rome?
So you see, young woman, that's the whole story. I saw you with that poor woman slave, and it was then that I realized by the way you were looking after her that I should have to help you.
Why, I only did what most people would have...
I only select and buy the slaves. Fortunately, I'm not answerable for them. Yes?
Maximus Battalion from Corinth has arrived, sir. And with a small girl, he requests an audience with Caesar Nero.
Battalion? Very well. Ask him to come in. No, wait. On second thoughts, perhaps it would be better if I came out to see him.
Okay, so it's going to be like that running joke in the Partners in Crime episode.
Instruct you in your...
Well done.
Caesar Nero, Emperor of all Rome.
I must admit, this episode is a lot better than the first one. It's got more
Did
pace.
I give permission? Bring the Imperial... Beautiful. Beautiful! Did you not hear that, my child? That instant composition?
Oh, yes, Maximus. Could you play?
Me? Well, I'll try. That is, with Caesar's permission. Way eaten, Maximus. Did you like? We will talk and play together later, Maximus, when you have eaten and practiced.
Well, you got away with that. Just.
Yeah, I must say I got out of that one rather well.
But what happens when it seems to be the poditarium? I wonder what Tavius meant.
Oh, how should I know, my child? I can't for the life of me understand why I agreed to come here.
Because you're as curious as I am.
Me, curious? Huh, nonsense.
Oh, the Doctor is the most curious person in the
Well, shall we go and have a
universe.
look round now we're here?
What?
Or would you rather we forgot?
Escaped slaves are put to death automatically. This way, at least, you'll have a chance of fighting for your freedom.
A chance? How?
By putting on a good show in the arena. And hoping Nero's in a benevolent mood.
Okay, so I'm...
Arena?
Well, it sounds as if we're going to be trained as gladiators.
Yes, but to fight what?
Oh, geez, fighting them, that would be... Jeez. You wouldn't want to fight them, you'd lose. Especially if you're going up against more than one. Okay, so that was the Romans, All Roads Lead to Rome, so that's the Romans Part 2. I must admit I enjoyed this episode a lot more than I did the first one. It was quite good, had a lot more pace to it, I feel, and yeah, there was just something about this episode that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the story of very much the Doctor and Vicky's story. Also Ian's story with this new guy. I can't remember what he was called. And Barbara and the way she helped that woman, you know, very, very kindly, and that's ultimately what saved her from being sold to, I guess you could call, some animal. Very much, she was saved by this man that's in Nero's palace. And I think this guy who's in Nero's palace, he's a good person, you know. I don't... Nothing's given me the impression, apart from that murdered Centaurian. Hey, maybe Rory is around here somewhere, keeping an eye on him from a distance, seeing the Doctor in his past. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I guess, however you decide to see it. Before I break it down, just something I missed out on at the start was the full uncut unedited reaction is available on Patreon, listed in the description below. It's picture-in-picture, which means it's very much the same as on YouTube, just the full version on Patreon. I don't think there's anything else. Let's just break this down. Okay, so we start off with this assassin very much trying to kill the Doctor getting into a fight and succeeding on winning. He didn't really succeed against Bennett, but this one, he seemed to win. Then we have the Doctor saying, you know, that he's learned how to fight and all of that sort of thing, and he's taught people how to fight before. And here we have them talking about meeting Nero and the music, and then they go to bed, basically have a good night before tomorrow. Here we have Barbara being locked up in a cage till she's ready to be sold, and we're introduced to this woman who seems to be quite sick, maybe pneumonia or the flu or some other lung illness. Then we have Barbara looking out, thinking, when's Ian gonna come? We find out that Ian's been put on this boat as a slave. And very much Ian tries to escape, but isn't very successful. Then we're introduced to this guy. Was his name Tavius? I think that's what they said. I could be mistaken. But very much he said, you know, I have to buy you. Barbara's completely against that. Obviously, you know, our society is very much against slavery and certainly buying people. Unfortunately, it still does happen to a small degree, but as a whole, we're generally repulsed by slavery now. So that just reminds me of what the Doctor said in Planet of the Ood, that, you know, Donna's like, oh, I don't have slaves, so who do you think made your clothes? So I guess you could look at it at that approach. But then there's bad weather. Ian trying to survive the bad weather with the other slaves, and the water starts flooding in, and ultimately the boat breaks apart. Here the Doctor and Vicky in Rome, they miss Barbara being sold. It seems that this might be one of those jokes like in The Partners of Crime, where they're always missing each other. Here we have her eventually bought by, I'm going to call him Tavius. I may be mixing that name up with something else, I don't know. But he basically bought her for 10,000. I don't know what that is. I don't know enough about Roman currency back then. I'm assuming it's silver coins or something like that. Then Ian and the new friend, wash up on the beach, both alive, but Ian still had his handcuffs on. Would have made very dangerous in the water, having them. Then we have them breaking it off, realizing they're near Rome, and Ian choosing to go to Rome, and his new friend following him. Barbara says she has no plans on staying, and that she'll escape, but slaves that are caught who try to escape are apparently put to death. Then we learn that he is somehow got some connection with who the Doctor's portraying, Maximus Battalion. I think Vicky pronounced it a different way, I'm not sure. Then he seems to say he dealt with an issue in the specific room. Then the Doctor sort of, you know, sneaks his way through this whole event, sort of, you know, being a bit, sneaky, and pretending that, Nero is so much better than him, and he couldn't dare play. Nero's very much a narcissist. And then we have Ian and his new friend here in Rome, trying to escape capture. But ultimately they're captured again. The Doctor and Vicky find the body of the Centaurian that brought them there. I'm guessing the one that brought Barbara is the one that killed him. And then the slave trader said basically, you'll be put in the arena with the lions. Okay, so that was my breakdown of part 2 of the Romans. Enjoyed that episode. Looking forward to continuing on with the story. Hopefully it continues at a similar pace. And yeah, we've got another 2 episodes to go. Yeah, So I think that's all for now. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.